So I've decided that this one I'm going to talk about SeaCon, even though it was so many months ago, but it's still a beautiful, 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 beautiful memory of mine. Um, okay. It's okay. I'm just give me a moment. SeaCon Jensen. mm, I love him so much. Okay. So, I stayed the night at my best friend's house for like 4 days. I didn't sleep that whole weekend. Now my arms are cold. I didn't sleep that entire weekend. I don't think. And oh, it was amazing. So we got there, and it's in a hotel, right? And it is in the most swankiest it's like in a it's in a Hyatt hotel, so it's like the swankiest hotel I've ever been in, and I'm just like, oh, I'm like, I don't belong here. And and then there was like this Seahawks thing benefit going on, and I was checking Twitter to see if my future husband was there, but he wasn't, sadly. And but anyways, it was like crazy, and like it was in this like fancy hotel because okay, so it was in Bellevue, which is like the Microsoft where like Microsoft people work, so it's like all fancy and everything, and everything's expensive, but oh, it was amazing, and it was okay. So the first person we saw was Rich and Robin. They were perfection. They were just everything, and I love them so much. Like with all of my heart, I love them so much. They. I do have I okay. I don't have exactly. They are best friend goals for sure. And so that was amazing. And then it was Lauren Tom, who I love her. She's amazing. Um, Fun fact: she was number three in Codename Kids Next Door. But Lauren Tom was amazing, and then Felicia came out, and I just loved her so much, and she was just perfect. And oh, oh yeah. So we're like the sound was coming out up on the stage, like Felicia's sitting there. And she like got scared for a second because of where the sound was coming out. And she was like, "Oh, you're like right under me," and like it was hilarious, and I just loved her, and she was perfect. And then who did we meet? It was Felicia. No, Tama wasn't that. Tama was Saturday. Who was all Friday? Oh my god, I don't remember. I don't remember. But it was magical. Saturday was magical. Because Saturday is when I met Mark, and then now he's like ripped out my heart, and I hate him. But yes, I hate Mark Shepard now. Just so you know, he can go die in a hole. Not really, I would cry, but I'm emotional towards it. I'll just sit here and eat my ice cream and cry. And cry. I don't even think he's been divorced for a year yet. Like, really? Like, that's kind of a slap in the face to your ex-wife, dude. But your son is such a fuckboy. Oh my god, Max is such a fuckboy. Me and Allie talked about this. He's such a fuckboy. It's ridiculous. Like, you're 14, calm the hell down. I don't care if you're Mark's kid. You're not even cute. Anyways. So Saturday was magical. The whole weekend was magical. Yeah, wait. Karaoke night. Karaoke night was magical. Oh my god. It was Gil that was on Friday. Oh my god. For y'all that don't know, Gil is very attractive. I mean, he's attractive anyways. Like when he was on the show and he didn't have a beard, but when he had a beard, Holy mama. Gil. Holy. I wouldn't mind waking up to that. But, yeah. Anyways, karaoke night was amazing. And yes, I knew that Matt Cohan was very attractive. But when he came out on stage in a, like, maroon, like, satin-looking suit, I lost it. I was like, oh, like, you could hear the panties on the floor. Oh my god. I was like, oh my god, he was so hot. Matt Cohan. And Richard looked like a Cheeto. He looked like a giant Cheeto. He was wearing like a yellow suit with like a bright orange turtleneck. I don't know what that was. Robbie was just adorable. He had like an ascot and it was so cute. I love Robbie. Anyways. And then Gil sang with Felicia. They sang the song from Dirty Dancing. I don't know the name of the song, but you know the one where it's like, is it the one where he like picks her up and he tried to pick her up, but he just like lifted her like this. He was like, she like ran and he was like, eh. He didn't like, woo. There was no wooing of Gil, which he can do that to me anytime I want. Anytime. I'm free. Free Gil. Free. But that karaoke night was magical. Saturday was magical because I met Mark and I like after my photo op because like I was very, very nervous because he was like the first one that I officially met. I was so nervous, like for many reasons. But, like, one of the top reasons is because I was like, wait, where's the line for Mark? Because Misha and Mark were doing their photo ops first. And then it was going to be Mark by himself. And she was like, oh, like, right here. And I, like, started the line. So I was, like, third in line. And I was like, oh, my God, I wasn't prepared for that. I'm like, I can't be first in line. And so I was, like, shaking. I was so, like, and then when... It was after his panel. It was after his panel that this happened. And already, like, when he was in the same room, like, I was busy, like, I was shaking like that. Like, I was like, oh my God. Like, he's like, and my friend's like, Mary was like, dude, he's not even close to you. And then what does he do? Because he's Mark Shepard and he doesn't care. He gets off stage and he starts walking around willy-nilly. And I was like, oh my God, I'm on the end. I was like, oh my God, I'm on the end. He's gonna walk by me. I'm on an end row. Oh my God. I'm like, what if he stops and like looks at me? It's like, oh my God. I'm like, I won't handle that. And Mary was like, dude, you're meeting him in like a half an hour. He's going to be like holding you in his arms. And I was like, don't tell me that. I'll start crying. But oh my God. And they like walked by me and he noticed my phone case. Where's my phone case? It's not on my phone right. Which, my phone case at the time was this. It has him on it. And he saw my phone case because I was holding it like this and I was which I have like horrible video because I'm like, and he sees him on my phone case and he winked at me and I was like, like I almost fell over. Like I was, but then, yeah. And then anyways, so during my photo op, so I'm like standing there in line, like shaking. Mary's like out in the hall, like in the other hallway, like talking to her mom who lives in New York on the phone. And I'm like, you just left me. I'm like, you left me. Well, I made her leave me. I didn't bring her with. But anyways, I was just like physically shaking. It was horrible. And I was just like, oh my God. And so I got up to so I'm like standing there and I'm like on deck to go on there and I'm like, I don't know. And I'm like, he's right there. I'm like, I'm gonna die. Like, I will die. Like, I will physically just like throw into a ball and just die. And he notices that I'm shaking and I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, he's looking at me. I'm like, he's looking at me. I'm like, ah. And so like I get over there, like jelly-legged to get over there. Like I'm practically like, I don't. And he he like noticed that I was freaking out. And he told me, he was like, darling, everything's gonna be alright. It's just a picture. It's going to be fine. And I was like, you just called me darling. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, you're making this situation worse, Mark. And then, so Chris takes our picture. I'm about to part ways. He turns to me and he says, see? He's like, everything's alright. Nothing to worry about. And then he kissed my hand. I was done. I was just like, like, Mark's one of those people who it's just like, you don't start out by like, when, you know, like when fans say questions, they're like, okay, I really love you, or like, you're really attractive. He's like, that's not a question. You don't just tell people that. So he doesn't like to hear that, but I wanted to be like, I love you so much. Like, when he was just like, when he was like, oh, bye, I want to be like, I love you. And I'm like, Mary joked with me, and she's like, did you actually call him daddy? And I'm like, I will punch you. Like, I will punch you hardcore in the face. But yeah, so that, and then like, I proceeded to walk out of the room, like, my face bright red, and me like I didn't even have words. I was just kind of like, oh my god, like, I love you, Mark, and I left the room, and like, I go back over to Mary, who's on the phone with her mom, and she was like, oh great, she's coming back. She's like, I'll talk to you later. And she's just like, oh, how'd it go? This is what I did. I just walked up to her, and I was just like, so I pretend that's the floor. I'd be like, I'm like, like, and I just like laid there on the ground making just incoherent velociraptor noises, as I like to call them, because I'm part velociraptor. But it was a beautiful, beautiful day. And then what else happened that day? I met Richard. Oh, I officially got our photo op. I officially met him. The entire weekend. As there was... Hold on.